Welcome to my Idaho Friends. I am your host, Jaime Lima, and we are back to talk to your favorite Idaho business owners and centers of influence. Today, we're talking to my buddy, Kevin Quinn, serial entrepreneur with a wide variety of backgrounds, everything from the beverage industry down to tech. Let's get to know Kevin a little bit more over some fantastic Idaho wine over at Telaya Wine Company. Come on in. Here you go, friend.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Cheers.
it. Cheers. Nice place you got here.
Oh, it's not mine, but we're here visiting today over at
beautiful.
Telaya Wine Company.
Well, this is a nice joint. I'm just going to say that.
Kevin, thank you so much for making time and for meeting with us here over at my Idaho Friends, second episode.
It's beautiful, and thanks for inviting me. I'm pretty excited to be here.
We have a lot to cover, all right?
Yeah.
And very little time, and we only have like a case of wine. What is it that Kevin Quinn does right now here in the great state of Idaho?
A lot of different things, a lot of projects right now. By day, we do software development. We've got quite a few apps in the App Store currently. We've got some projects in process. We're also working on a new IP security software for the Pentagon. So that's one thing we're working on right now.
Government contracting?
Government contracting stuff. Separate of that, we have some other projects that I'm currently working on that involve the tech industry. So I'm partnering with some other folks, and then I'm involved in 4 or 5 different things. I went to work for a corporate company managing about 280,000 salespeople, affiliates globally for them.
All right, yeah, no big deal.
Right.
So why don't you walk me through that so the audience
Yeah.
can really understand where it is that you actually came from and this is where you're at now.
Crazy Idaho kid, moved here. Father was military. Grew up here, left for a little while. Midway through college, decided to become a Marine. 4 years in the Marines, got out in '91 after the Gulf War. So I came home in July after the Gulf War. Went back to college, did not finish my degree. Things happen, small family, and off we go. Went to work in the corporate world and haven't looked back since.
And that's what, thank you by the way, and that's what I, again, want to dive into. So somewhere along the line, you decide that, I'm going to open up a wine bar because of reasons.
So I decided to open a wine and martini bar in Eagle, Idaho, of all places, because rather than go to them, bring the women to us. And opened a bar, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for 3 years. Now I will expound on that. Never once did I take it outside of the bar. I kept it professional.
Right, absolutely. And thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I'm not a predator.
It was fun having a lot of fun, engaging, beautiful people, men and women, in the bar. It was a good time.
Absolutely. So would you say that was your first time setting foothold into the local community and starting to grow the network that it is that you have now?
Yeah, I think a lot of that came from the corporate side. Even on the corporate side, I was connecting with a lot of folks in the industry, and I met, some mucky mucks at some very big companies around the valley, became good friends with them. But as far as my first step into owning my own type business, owning the bar was the first piece of that. And, I had no clue what was involved. Leave the day job, go work the bar, get off late from the bar, go back to the day job. It was a lot of work at first.
Right. Now, what was it that made you take that dive into being a business owner while having a family and already working a day job?
Probably temporary insanity.
Okay, good. That's what most business owners have.
Right.
So that's quite all right.
Right.
Good. So we're here. We have the business. We're in Eagle, Idaho, and what's the timeline right now?
This is so we actually shut that down just a little over 2 years ago. So closed it down in 2016.
Right. So we come to that time we're shutting that down. In the meantime, now we have transitioned in our corporate world, and we're doing liability and casualty insurance.
Right. Yeah. So I spent 24 years in the tech space, hardware and software. Mm-hmm. You know how the market turned. The market dumped. A lot of things happened. In 2009, I lost my big wig job, making all that big money.
The mucky mucks, man.
The mucky mucks. Things happen, So along the way came came a downturn in the market, affected everything. Well, it also affected the tech industry and the jobs. And so, 4 of us were all laid off 2 days before Thanksgiving in 2009. And after that, it was just kind of ride that wave out to see what was happening. So 2009, everything's dumping. It wasn't until about 2012 I got back into the workspace, having lived off of savings for a while, paying all the bills off of savings, and got back into a corporate job back in 2012.
Okay. So now, this is where we're at, and this is exactly where we want to be. So somebody that is, watching the show, they're like, wow, okay, that's pretty impactful, that's pretty amazing, but here I am working my 9 to 5, out here somewhere doing my thing. What message do you have?
What I would tell somebody who's out there right now that, maybe is working at company X and has a dream, get your dream. Go after your dream. There's ways to do it. There are so many ways to do it. Part-time. I mean, we just launched a new program right now. It's called Side Hustle Republic. I've got 6 mentors, 6 people who have made millions and millions of dollars who join us. And what we're doing is we're helping people realize you can get to your dream. Let's do it. So 9 to 5, do your 9 to 5. But if you want it bad enough, nights and weekends, you can replace that 9 to 5 with something that sparks your dream, that's your life, that you want to live. So that's the program that we've built. We've got some really big mentors that are a part of this program on the backside to help people like that launch their dream. And we've got some behind them. If I look at just one guy in the group, he's made millions and millions of dollars. His mentor, his personal mentor, is Kevin Harrington. He is the king of late night infomercials, and he's a shark.
Love infomercials.
Yeah. That's where I buy all my spatulas. Anyway, he is the mentor of one of the guys on our team. Well, the beauty of that is this guy is going to be a part of our forum. We're going to do live interviews and calls with the guy who's made billions. But the beauty of it is I can help people who have a dream, that have that entrepreneurial spirit, launch their side hustle. And it's for a fraction of the cost of what you would think. So, it's if you have a dream, get after your dream, chase it.
What's the legacy aspect, if any? Some people want to have, wealth. They want to be Oprah rich. Some people, want to leave a name behind them, and that continues to go down with their relatives or somebody from their business that keeps, holding and passing over that torch. And some people want both. Some people want it all. There's no right or wrong answer. What is the legacy aspect? What is the passion for you?
I want to leave my kids something different than what I had growing up. I mean, I didn't have an entrepreneurial father. I had a father that worked 2 jobs. He worked his day job, and then he did mechanic work for friends on the side. And that poor man worked himself to the grave. He died at 51. So I'm a year older than my dad.
Right.
So he worked himself into the grave. I don't want to be that guy. I mean, do I want to be here in 20 years? I don't know. I'm an ornery bastard. I don't know if you want me on this planet. But I want to provide a way for my kids so that they don't have to. I don't want to give them the keys to the golden kingdom.
Right.
But I don't want them to have to struggle throughout their lives. But the other piece of this too for me is, my heart's behind a couple of nonprofits. So I've got a homeless nonprofit that deals with veterans as well as the homeless. That's kind of my jam. And then I serve on a board for people who deal with mental health issues. So I'm on the board of a foundation called Greater. And with these folks, they deal with people who are like me. I hate to admit it on camera. I've never really admitted it to anybody publicly, but outside of my ADHD, I have PTSD issues. I have bipolar. I can go from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, and my lowest of lows, I become suicidal. So I've lived with suicide and thoughts of suicide today still since I was a teenager. So I want people to understand that you can get past your lowest of your lows and do something with it. So my heart is kind of behind Greater because I want to ensure that I dealt with bullies. I had my ass kicked all the damn time going to school. I had people spit on me. I've had somebody spit in my food at school and the teacher mixed it up and made me eat my food. And so I've dealt with all that. Right. And I've dealt with the bullying. And the beauty of that is I put on a backpack that I've carried with me my entire life, which is the PTSD, the suicide, all that stuff that I've dealt with has been on my back my entire life. I've never found a place to put it. But being a part of Greater has made me realize that there are kids out there who have them same backpacks. You can get bullied in so many different ways. So the part that I love about Greater is they have another part that works called Greater Kids. And that's my passion, is getting to those kids and letting them know that you're gonna make it. You really will. You gotta get through this.
Yeah.
And there's a way to do it. You find people that care about you,
yeah.
you can get there. I mean, I didn't have that. I didn't have that in my family. So I've carried that backpack myself, but what I wanna do is I eventually wanna get that backpack off me. I wanna go help kids. So that's my goal. My goal is to make as much money as I can so I can throw it back into something my heart's behind and go help change lives. I wanna save kids.
Thanks, brother. Kevin, hey, thank you so much for sharing that. What an outstanding legacy to have. I cannot thank you enough, all right, for for always being sincere with me. If there's one thing that is synonym with Kevin Quinn, it's honesty. And sometimes it's not pretty, but you know what? I take honesty any day above anything else.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers to you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jaime.
You guys, that was a great conversation. This has been so much fun to make, and I cannot wait for the next one. If you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Find us on Facebook and give us a like. And wherever you are, please join our Patreon page for exclusive content and extra goodies. In the meantime, go be kind to someone, and thank you so very much for watching.